Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. So welcome to my channel, everybody. So I am currently working on my paper pumpkin alternative videos for February 2024's kit called Sweet Springtime. This is alternative video number 22. Woo! Mouthful, mouthful, mouthful. So before we get going on anything, this is what the projects look like. You got 3 of this project, which are cards, 3 of these street boxes, 3 of these slimline cards, and I've noticed that in some of my typing, an E was added, so it said slime cards. That was not good, but I'm not going back to correct it. Okay, so the QR code for other projects, a visual of everything in the kit, and the coordinating colors. A look at our stamp sets, the bunny, the daffodil, the chickadee, welcome baby, happy Easter, and springtime greetings. So, woohoo! So, thanks to Miss Susie, guys. That is why these cards are being made. She asked about a book Cradle card. And this one's been sitting in the envelope here. All right, so this is my version. I twisted a few things, made this a little shallower as far as took off 1/4 of an inch. Springtime greetings, I added some thick white cardstock here. This was video number 21. Video 22 is still a type of cradle card, but we're going to make these totally flat. I don't want them in the X-wing position like so. I had to take it apart. Told you I was going to fiddle with this thing, and I think I've got it. If you guys are seeing this video, I got it. If not, I'll have to try again. So we're going to go with it. This is that vertical. This is landscape or horizontal. This would be portrait or vertical version. They're both going to fit in the envelope. This, of course, is Hank's Easter card with a little bit here for a gift card. And that slides. Let me get it actually in there. That slides like so. That was my little addition. I thought that was kind of cute. So we're going to stick that away. And let's go on to what we are going to need for this card. Let me show you first what we're using from the kit. So we're going to use front and back of this card base, this little bit, and this is a little bit from like this side of one. We're going to stamp our Happy Easter here and punch it with the old word window punch. Yes. Right here. In fact, let's just do that right now. I have the Happy Easter. We can do it right now and get it done and over with. I think we'll do it over here. You, of course, could keep it. If you don't have the window, just, you know, make it straight. But I got a punch. I'm going to use it. Oops, there it is. I still have a little bit more. And let's go ahead and this is for the back. Cut one 3 by 3 3/4 for the back. This we're going to stamp springtime greetings. And this is going to go in the center. We're going to just do our stamping right now, everybody. So where is my little block? Oh, where did it go? My little... I know I didn't put it away. You could do the lilies that came in the set. Okay, I'm not. From Heartfelt Hexagons is this little bitty stamp here. And I am going to use it. So I'm going to do one like so. And I think I'm just going to do it like that right there. So that's for the inside of my card. Let's grab an envelope. And we're going to do from Thanks a Bunch. It looks like spring. And of course I dipped too hard. and got some there, but it's going to do the job. I got lots of cushioning here, guys. Ink this up. We're going to do one there, and without re-inking there. Then we're going to do one there, there. Yes, I'm inking on my instructions, but that's all right. Ta-da! Now our envelope's complete. And all of our stamping, I'm going to move these blocks here because I just don't want anything to go wrong. So this was Granny Apple Green and Berry Burst. Now this piece here is simply going to go, we might have to do it this way. We're going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see with this too and set those aside along with our back piece. We'll get to it. So I got them all labeled here. Look at this. That's the W fold. That's the bottom of the cradle. Cut 2.5 by 4 1/4. This is the top of the cradle and scored at 1 1/4. That's right there. Regular cardstock. The bottom of the cradle, this is thick, basic white cardstock, and you want it to be 2 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 inch. Now my W fold, where is it? Right here. This is my W fold piece. I think I didn't correct it. Yep. So this is now 2 by 4 1/4, scored at 1 1/4, 1 inch, and at 1 3/4. This is regular cardstock as well. Now for the actual book part that sits on top of that cradle bit, this is why do I not have it written down here at all? That's for what we're cutting apart. So this is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and it is scored at 3/4, 4 1/4, and it's 7 1/4. We are going to do this together. Now, card base from the kit. I have our measurements. This is the space I needed it in, so don't look at that. That's my space. So that's 3 1/4 by 4 for the front of the card base. For the back, we're cutting one at 3 by 3 3/4 for white. So this is for front and back. Cut one of each. Hopefully in the description I'll word it better. Then we need an envelope, and then we're going to cut 2 strips 1 7/8 by 4 1/8 DSP from the back of the card base of the kit with the scraps. So first things first, we're going to do the book part that sits onto the cradle or platform. Let me move the word window punch where it belongs. Keep this out. So we have 4 1/4. We are going to score at 3/4 of an inch. Scoring blade, not the dark one, that's the cutting blade. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to scooch it on down to 4 1/4, it says. 1, 2, and 3, and then 7 1/4. So open the arm up. Give me a second to check this out here. That's right, but it looks like my 8 1/2 might be a little too much. So we need to go over 4 inches. So from 4 1/4, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it scored at 8 1/4. That is not right. We want 3/4 of an inch. Let's just score it 3/4 of an inch, and then I'll tell you. It's 7 3/4. Why? It's at 7 3/4. And 3/4. Now that looks right. So that is right. Ah, have to go and correct that real quick. 7 3/4. So for the book piece that rests on top, 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, scored at 3/4 of an inch, 4 1/4, and 7 3/4. Now we're going to score these, fold it in half, then fold these in bits, that 3/4 of an inch bit inwards. Now, I'm going to tell you, we need to put our pieces on here first before putting the card together, because I made a boo-boo when I did that. So we are going to get out the guillotine and cut our card base up. Set that aside. So here we're just going to give it a light going over with our hand. Cut our card base in half, as this is what we are going to use. This is for the back. This is for the front. All right. So where's my notebook? I need that over there. So the space that we are trying to look for, I'm going to write this here. The space we're creating for measures 3 1/2 by 4 1/4. That means we need to cut our 2 pieces down to 3 1/4 by 4. So the space being, where's the ruler? This is 3 1/2 by 4 1/4, and we want to take it down. We could do 1/8 of an inch. We can do 8s. 3, and that was Mr. Hankster. This is 3 1/2. We want to take it down to 3 3/8. Maybe we'll do that. 3. Let me bring this over here. Or we can do 3 3/8 by 4 1/8. I think that might look a little better. If you are uncomfortable with the 8s, take off 1/4 of an inch and do it to the 3 1/4 by 4. I'm gonna do the 8s, I believe. Yes, because I'm doing right now. I'm gonna cut this little score bit off of that one. I don't think this one has much of one. I'm just making sure I cut that crease off. Just a hair, just a shave and a haircut there, guys. Those little bits. All right, so our bunnies. This is for the front of a card. We are gonna go, the space is 3 1/2. We're just gonna go back 1/8, and we're just gonna take it off of here. There. And now it needs to be 4 1/8, which is right there. These two are still good for something in the kit. We're going to set those aside. This piece now, we are going to take to 3 3/8, just like the front, by 4 1/8, which is right there. So we have our pieces for our card. And I bet I just cut those wrong. I cut them this way instead of the way they are going. It's a good thing I have one card base left. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going to have to figure out what to do with those 2 pieces. All right. Oh, Hank, why did you come in when you did? Let's cut these apart again. I'm going to set all of this back over there by the box. Need to remember I'm cutting it this way. Go ahead and laugh, guys. Ha! Yes, it does happen. It happens to the best of us. So, actually, this piece will work regardless of the direction I cut it. So I don't have to do any more to that back. We'll set that aside. This piece, however, only can be cut this way. And I'm using this as a guide because I want to make sure I get all the bunnies in there. So I'm going to give myself, let me lift it up and look. Yeah, that's right about at their feet. I can do a little better centering it in there. So let's see, we're going to take a quarter of an inch off the bottom. We're going to take, yeah, we're going to take it to 5 1/4. Then I'm going to turn it this way and take it to 4 1/8. Then I'm going to turn it back this way because I need it to be 3. Oh, I almost made a mistake. It needs to just come down like another 1/8 of an inch because it wasn't to be or not to be, right? There it is. Do you see my little white border? And that means this way is 3 3/8, which is right there. That is going to get me his little ears cut off. So I'm going to take it to 3 1/2. Then I'm going to turn it back around and take that 1/8 of an inch off of the grass. Sorry, but this is the way I'm going to break it down to where it looks, where I think it's going to look good in the spot for it, which is just like so. Much better than the other one. Oh, now I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with the other one. I could, since I've already made the mistake, I could fussy cut this bunny out and stick him on the back. Or fussy cut the bunnies out and pop them up on the front. Let's just do that. So, I might get one more card. I don't have any more bunnies or anything like this from the kit, but we're going to use it. So we are going to come in here and fussy cut this out. I mean, I cut it. We might as well. I need to stay close to the edge of the bunny. I've already had 21 other projects, so I am not worried about losing a little bit because I have so many Easter cards right now. It's going to be a huge mailing again this month. My husband might just want to scream. And we're like, no orders for you this month. You're doing another mass mailing. I'm like, yes, I know. I know. Even though to meet my quota with Stamping Up, I do have to place an order of some kind. It's just I was hoping Stamping Up would have one of their free shipping deals. And that's what I've kind of been waiting for, to place an order for paper and stuff that weighs a lot. I'm going to go a little bit below on the grass area. Now this is going to get popped up on dimensionals and just make them look just lovely. Let's grab those now. That'll be all she wrote here. Usually don't like to use those snips to cut dimensionals, but they're gonna do the job today. Okay, take off all my little backings. We're still not done cutting. We have to do some strips for the bottom cradle area. Now I don't do underneath the X. I might do on top of it. You'll have to see that in a minute. I'll have to decide here. So this is just going to cover up my bunny. I don't want double feet. He's not a mutated bunny. He's a regular bunny. He's not a mutant. That is going to be lovely. So this is going to go on the front of my card base now with some glue. Pick a side. Which side are you going to use for the front? You could have used colored cardstock. I wanted my cradle and all of that to be the same color, so I suggested if you do use colored cardstock in making one of these, that you use the same color cardstock. And I cannot get this lined up, guys, for nothing today. Yes, it's freezing cold out here. All right, there's my measurement strip. Now for the back, where's my piece? Is this it? That is it. And our piece to write on. No slider mechanism in this one. Though I think that's going to be framed beautifully with the back of the card. There's that. So now this is ready to sit in our card. Ha, yes. So let's get our cradle going here. So this is the W fold of our cradle, and it's only got 1/4 of an inch here. Because I made this cradle to get all of my bunny in here, I had to lower the depth of the cradle by 1/2 inch. And you're going to see what I mean here when we're done. I'll compare it to the other one. And I just simply took that off of the edge here. So here is my W fold. It's still a W. Okay, but now I just have this little edge. Oops, can't do glue on that. This is the piece it goes to, the bottom of the cradle. This is my thick piece of white cardstock. And instead of being 2.5 inches, it's 2, and that's why this one has to be 2. So now we can glue them together. And you want the W facing towards the center of the card. So this is going to be the TP, the little tent, like so. This now needs to be pointed towards the center. I'm going to give it a minute for the glue to set up. So on this side, because when it folds up, it'll go like so. And I could have done a little bit better of a job with my scoring there. So here is the bottom tent piece of my card, and I'm going to show you. There's this, right? And this is the regular size. So do you see how this is lower? That's important because I needed that height for this, and I wanted it to still fit in a regular envelope. So now I have two pieces that are 2.5 by 4.25, and score them at 1.25. Which way did I do that? Okay, that edge. And what I was looking at, guys, if you were wondering what I was doing, I was looking at, you know, when you go to score, it does like a bead down one side. I want that bead towards the top. I don't want it on the inside. So here's my little tent piece, the bottom of the cradle. These are going to come out. I might need to cut these down. I didn't think about that. These would have to be cut down. I want this down there. Yes, so on these, you're going to have to cut down 1/4 inch on one side. So I'm going to have to make note of that sometimes. So the top of the cradle needs to be 1.25, 2.25. So let me two and a quarter by 4.25. It's still scored at 1.25. Just I need to take off the 1/4 inch off of one of these sides. I'm going to do them singly. So it's at 2.5. It needs to be 2.25. Just fixing it on the fly here. Some of you might have already thought that when you saw my measurement, probably were like, oh, that girl needs to fix that. Yes, I am. So the piece that we need to make those, you see that line up as such. So you can do it either way you want. I am going to put glue on the tent piece with the W fold. Paying attention to try to make sure I get plenty of glue around the edges. So there's one. The other side. Remember, one side is 1/4 inch shorter than the other. In my other card, the piece that I'm gluing on now, these two pieces were of thick cardstock, but not in this one. I want them thinner because I want them to bend more. Because I don't want it to be as much of an X, as much like this is what these I want down further. And I wanted a lower profile so that I had more room here. Now these pieces, if I've got this correct, now I'm gonna do a little pinch here with a clip, because if I've got this correct, before I go and glue it, we're going to double check. This is why I took the other one apart, because I'm gluing these in a different piece. When these all fold up, I have to take it down 1/4 inch in. I don't want it. You guys can see way over here. I'm making sure that I don't go past, when I get this glued in, that I don't go past that 5.5 inch mark. So let me use this to do a little bit of masking for us. So this here represents our 1 inch mark. Then we're going to go over we're going to go over 5 inches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. This is going to be our 5.5 inch mark, basically. Hold those in place. The bottom of this card lines up, and this one is going to line up here. And you're going to see there is just a 1/4 inch gap there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to this side. You only need to do this for this one. I guess I could have added, I didn't want to add a 1/4 inch onto this with another piece of paper. Just didn't feel like I needed to do that. So I've got it folded in half. It's up against my mark. I'm opening my card up. There's no glue on the back side. Getting it to the 1/2 inch mark. Okay, and now I'm going to fold my bit inwards. Use the bone folder. There's one side. Now I don't need to do that again to the other. I just need to open it up and add glue. I want lots of glue. I want it to stay in place nicely. You can see it's still at its mark. Fold that up and give it a nice going over. Now, when this card opens up, hopefully this works. This is meant to come down farther. Do you see it? Let me show you. So, instead of being like this, we want this more like a Christmas tree shape. You see that? That's what that's meant to be. I could have cut these down 1/4 inch and maybe, but there we have it. This opens up for the base, and there's no tippy toppy. That was my problem with the other one. That V shape of the Cradle, that top X, it lent to this being really flimsy up here. and I didn't like that. This is gorgeous. This is a great little display. It folds up. It will fit in the envelope. Let's see. Let's make sure it fits in our envelope. Did I not get an envelope out for this one? Well, here's the other one. Look at that. We did it. Yes. Yay! Okay, but we are still going to add the little pieces of DSP to the bottom part of this card. Ha! Look at all that, and it worked. Yes. You guys can't see, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So, we have... This is the back of our original card base, right? And this is at 4 1/4, and this is 1 inch. So we need it 1 and, what did I say? I didn't say 1 7/8, did I? It shouldn't be 1 7/8. It should be 7/8 of an inch. 7/8 of an inch. Right there. 7/8 of an inch, not 1 7/8. That would be way too big. So there's 1 by 4 1/8. We need to do it again. 1 for the front, 1 for the back. Oh, I did that in 8s. So 7/8 of an inch. No, that's right. Alrighty. And these are going to go right here. Now, we're not putting anything here. You ain't seen that. That lays down flat like a pancake, right? That's what we were after. So I had to just redesign it a bit. This is more of a cradle platform. And this one, why is that like... I didn't cut that one down to the right measurement, did I? This one's not right. This one's right. That one I'm sticking back in the guillotine. I didn't get it to the 4 1/8 mark, apparently. I left it. Okay, there's one, and it's so far on the bottom you hardly see it. Next time I make this, I am going to make these that 1/4 of an inch difference. Really, really super cute. We're just going to make this one go all the way across. Why not? All right, so we have Happy Easter here, which I thought we can put right like so and do a daffodil there. So we're going to glue this to our card. Oh, it's so cute. So this piece, we could do it in the center more. Let's see. That would cover up that bunny's head, so we need it down here. Up a little bit so you can see his little toesy woesies. And we need a daffodil. So back into the kit we look for some daffodils, which I know are in here. There we go. quite a few pieces in there. No more bunnies or anything like that. But cute. Cute as a bunny. So there it is. You're going to see it goes like this, right? When it sits there. Oh, and it's not going to topple over. That's what I love about it. I'm not going to go ahead and stamp an envelope unless, oh, here we go. I was like, I thought we did. So there's our envelope. There's the back of our card. Springtime greetings. Darling, cute little card. Winka Stella, of course. If I could figure out where I put it. There it is. You could do, I can't find what I did with those little dots they gave us in the kit. Just brushing Mr. Bunny with the leaves, the daffodils. So I hope you guys like this one. A little bit different, a little bit change up of it. So it's not meant to be up like that. It's meant to be down. Okay. So I hope you guys like that version as well. Like I said, a little bit different, lower profile to the ground. And I think it's adorable. Really cute little stand-up, different take on that book easel card Cradle thing that I was asked about. I had to do my own thing. You know me. You could have made this a little wider at the base, I guess. But I'm not. You would have to have made this wider too. Next time, I think I'm going to leave off 1/4 of an inch. I will have to do that another, maybe next paper pumpkin or something. Try that again, just with a little bit, change it up again. So thanks for watching, everybody. I hope that you like my version of the card. You may not, and that's okay. That is okay if you are not happy with it. I love it. Ha! It's more of a platform than a cradle because it does sit flat. The height of that, spreading this out, gave it, I know I could keep going and going and going. Anyways, thanks for watching. Please consider giving it a thumbs up, a like, a share, a comment. Really am curious to know what you guys think of it. And I hope that you come back and visit me in my Wonderland. Bye-bye for now, everybody. Maybe? Oops. Okay. Can't touch the button, apparently. So let me give you a good little, since I'm still live, you get to see how it truly sits. We'll turn it. We'll just do a little extra here. So now I can hit the button. Bye-bye, everybody.